So I'm sitting in the doctor's office waiting my turn to be called back. Well, usually while I'm waiting, I'm on my phone, engrossed in maybe some emails or reading the news or looking at a social media site. But for some reason, on this particular visit, I picked up the Reader's Digest magazine sitting there. Well, when I opened that magazine, I realized why I picked it up. I'm Robert Beagle with Romance Alive. Flipping through the pages of the Reader's Digest magazine, I noticed an article by Susan Straight. It was entitled Cars, an American Love Story. The heading said this California girl author has a love for cars, and it's a love she shares with her former husband, Dwayne. California caught my attention, so I began skimming the article. Well, it turns out the article's about cars and romance. Well, of course, with romance there, I slowed down and actually started reading the article. In this article, she wrote about her daughter, Gayla. See, when Gayla became old enough to drive, Susan bought her a red Honda. Well, that Honda ran fine, but it was missing one teenage essential piece of equipment. A way to put on some tunes. Well, ex-husband and father Dwayne solved this problem. He purchased and then installed a radio CD player. Yeah, evidently this was before the days of universal satellite radios or digital playlists. Well, after Dwayne completed the installation, daughter Gayla drove home to her mom's place and told Susan about Dad's work on the car. She talked about how he was working on the car while she was doing her homework. And she says, well, Daddy just kept calling me with his cell phone every time he'd ask me to bring him something that he needed. Well, see, Gayla was frustrated because the calls were interrupting her homework, and the phone just seemed to keep on ringing and ringing. Mother Susan got this knowing smile on her face. She proceeded to share with Gayla stories of when she and Dwayne first got married. Now, in those early days, they could only afford old and broken down cars. Those cars required Dwayne's mechanical skills to keep them running. And while he was under the car working or repairing or performing maintenance on it, Susan would sit inside the car and worked on her first book. In fact, she told Gayla, she wrote most of that first book from the front seat of a car while Dwayne was under the car working on it. Well, every few minutes, Dwayne would ask Susan for help. Press this pedal or switch this switch or try to start the car or any number of different requests. Susan explained to Gayla what she learned about Dwayne. You see, over the course of their relationship, Susan learned Dwayne's romantic preference grouping was time. He wanted to spend time with Susan. It wasn't that he needed her mechanical assistance. His repeated request for assistance originated from his enjoyment of being near her. And as you might have already guessed, his romantic preference grouping was time, her gift of time spent with him. How about your partner, your sweetheart? Does he or she seem to just crave being with you? Maybe spending time together? Think about it. Does this resonate with what you've observed about your partner? If so, maybe you have a clue now into their romantic preference grouping. And you can use those options to create romantic moments with your partner. Tell you what, I invite you to check out my YouTube channel here. You'll find more videos about relationships and romancing your partner, ideas for becoming even better at romancing that special someone in your life. And I'll tell you what, if you'd like ideas on how better to romance your partner, Check out the Moments for Romance section. You'll find videos of romantic moment ideas, some that you can use just as a suggestion, or maybe you might modify them to better romance your partner. I'm continually adding new videos, so I invite you to subscribe to my YouTube channel here. Then come back and learn more about relationships and romance. I'm Robert Beagle with Romance Alive. I want to assist you in making your relationship exceptional and help you keep your romance alive.